when people are trying to have like a really important high five clap moment, I always like try to block it.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
But when you do want to have the best high five ever, always look at their elbow.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect high five every time.
100%. Fine.
Every time.
100%.
Get it. What is it?
Okay.
What episode is
Piece
it?
of fruit.
36? Yeah?
Minnie might have been.
I think she was 35.
Let's see.
Can I have a verb? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on. It's going. Don't lean too far back, Tyrone, because then
Okay.
you won't be in the camera. I tried to get it closer so we can hear it better.
Which sword is here to do the intro?
I know. Okay.
I don't even have to make you guys force you guys to subscribe either. You already did it.
Yeah.
God.
Absolutely, we did.
Tito's trying to get you.
Heck yeah, I get it.
All right, I'm just gonna start with a little. Just tell them.
Go for it.
Okay. Hi, welcome back to the Living Life Podcast. This is episode 36. I got two wonderful guests with me today, two youngsters. This is Savvy, Jen's daughter. This is Kaylee,
Yes.
who I called Taylor the wrong. I called her the wrong name for the first part.
That's how long?
Yeah. Which is okay, it works. If you feel comfortable calling me Taylor, then go for it.
No, I'm super excited to have you both on. I did an episode with Rachel Dawn,
Probably.
and her son Benji,
Oh, I think
and Emma and her son Porter.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're like best friends too, so I had them both on.
Yeah.
So that was super cool.
Yeah.
Are you guys done with high school?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Been
Cool.
gone.
Yeah, boo. I did my best. I graduated early, so I finished my junior year. So I was like, I'm done.
Nice.
Or-
Bye.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just had a quick question for you. What is it like? Have you taken advantage of being able to study the art of Jiu-Jitsu? So,
I have not. She won't teach me.
she won't teach
She
you everything?
refuses. No, she says that only she can know how. But genetically, I've kind of
Picked up on
a
it?
little bit adapted it. It's just like, but I don't know. She has it more than me.
You do?
She
Has she been teaching you?
Yeah,
She won't even teach her own daughter, but she... Jen.
I take classes at,
Do you really?
at midnight, yeah.
At
And then
midnight.
we have
At
some
midnight.
crazy dance parties to finish it off, and it kind of does make others nervous. Yeah.
I'm like, do you really?
Yeah.
You see what he does?
Yeah.
Dude, he's having a party.
He is handsome.
My cat, the way he eats is he gets one piece out and chases it around for 4 minutes and then eats it. So that's what he's doing right
He's
now.
like,
Yeah.
that's why that's you, dude.
That's kind of Jiu-Jitsu right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Those moves?
Yeah.
They're similar. Very similar.
Oh, damn! Quick.
He's cute.
That's fucked up. She teaches the cat, but she won't teach her own daughter, dude. Jen, dude. Come on. You're better than that.
No, she's constantly on the attack. She will, like, I could wake up and she'll be, like, over my body, like, ready to tickle me or something.
I used to have a friend. We lived at college dorms. Neither one of us were going to college. We were both in drug court.
Yeah.
And I would wake up every morning and I'd knock on his door, and somehow he'd forget every night that I was going in there to fart in his shoes. I lifted his shoe to my bow and farted in his shoes every morning. It was great.
Dude, oh my gosh, that's so freaking funny.
I would torment him, dude.
What we do
He's
this
great.
thing, we go like this to each other.
Yeah, we go like that.
Because what are you supposed to do? Like, there's nothing you can do.
You just have to sit there and, like, embrace it. But no, when she farts, she scoops it up and throws it at me.
Every time, dude, I'm like,
We got that. We first bonded over, like, YouTubers that we used to watch as kids. And, like, they do that, where they're, like, they'll grab it and, like, chug it.
or like they call each other dad for some reason.
Yeah.
So like, oh my gosh.
We call each other that.
Yeah, like we're like, good night, dad. I love you.
we both have loving fathers, but
It's still the best. Oh my gosh, I love
but
it.
no, she's always throwing farts at me.
Heck yeah. Dude, well, because if she did it, I wouldn't be here today. Like, her parts are lethal, dude. Like, it's not even funny. Like, whoa.
Do you know, like, the first 25 years of my life, my dad always told me this, so I just started believing it. That,
Yeah.
that girls don't fart or poo. I was just convinced. So you're here to tell me otherwise.
Yeah,
Right?
no, well, if it makes you feel any better, I also lied and said I didn't fart. But one day I decided to embrace it and start throwing it in
bad.
the face.
It's bad now. I wish you never did that.
Where did you two become friends at? How did you meet?
Intermediate school, right down the road at
Sixth grade. It
Lava.
was the first day of 6th grade.
Lava Ridge Elementary School. Taylor doesn't remember this,
I
which
know.
makes it the best.
I started smoking weed when I was like 11, 12. And so
And
I was
Taylor,
high
I
as
just
fuck.
need to say, Taylor was like fat to the
Yeah.
max.
I
Like,
I was a big
fat.
girl, dude.
And tall.
I
Like
was
fat
so-
and tall. It
I
was
was
scary.
so big.
We were just
Yeah.
like in the commons area, and all of a sudden she's walking over to me, and she's doof, doof. And I was like, who is that? Because I used to go to private school, so that was like my first year at public
Dude,
school.
and
I
not
was like,
me. Hell no, I went to public school and now.
but she came up to me and she was like, sup, like literally, I'm not even
Yeah.
joking. She was like, sup.
Do
and
you
I was
know her?
like, no.
No.
And I was like, hey. Because I was quiet. I was really quiet.
Dude, and even during our friendship for the first like few years, like dead silence. But I was just like, fuck, I'm back. I was gonna prowl. I was like, I'm gonna tell you
But she
everything.
was like, hey. And I was like, what's up?
Yeah.
And she was like, my name's Taylor. I think that we should be friends. And I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
And so we became friends.
Yeah.
That was
Like
it.
from that day forward.
Yeah, no.
And
She was like, I'm high as fuck right now. And I was like,
like,
cool.
imagine a 12-year-old coming up to you and being like, I'm high as fuck. And it's all my uncle's fault. So like, all of my family are addicts. And my uncle, who's like 5 years older than me, like we grew up pretty tight, like brother and sister. So he was, like 16, 17 at this point, and he was smoking weed heavily. And he was like, dude, like, let me get you high for the first time. I was like 11. And I was like, sure, let's do it. And so I was a freaking stoner for a long time.
I think I was around that age when I first got stoned too. I used to train boxing, and the older girls that boxed, I thought they were all cute, and, like super cool. And
Yeah.
they're like, "Do you smoke weed?" And I was like, "Yeah."
For
And
sure.
they're like, "Come over after practice or training and smoke some weed." And I did. First hit, they knew I'd never smoked weed. I
Yeah.
was so stoned, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. It was just like, I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, I lied." Like,
You're like, oh.
so it totally backfired. I was trying to be cool and shit, and it totally backfired on me. But then my uncles got me on. My uncle got me stoned for my second time,
Yeah.
yelling at me the whole time, "You're gonna get me arrested," because I was out of control. We were in the store just dying laughing. Anyways, but yeah, I started too.
Yeah.
Did you ever experiment with that?
Yeah, when I was like, I think I was like 13, 14. Pretty sure it was not good.
Yeah.
It was a cart. It was like a vape pen in my friend's house, who actually just lives down the road. But that was my first time because they were like, "Do it," and I don't know. I was like,
Was it terrible?
Yeah, it was horrifying.
Dude, it's,
I don't know if it was like literally not a good vape pen, or if like my
dude, that's just how
mind-
weed is. now,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Exactly. Well, like, because we grew our own weed. So, like, our weed was good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, everything was fine. And then when I was in 8th grade, so what? Also 14, 13, 14?
Yeah, 13.
I got laced from a pen. And,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it freaking
not the same. Huh?
No.
caused a lot of issues for me.
Yeah. I was hallucinating the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
things were changing colors, and I was like freaking out. And like both my friends that I were with, like, they're just like the kind of stupid when they're high that like you literally can't. Like, they're not gonna help you. And
Yeah.
so I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, oh my god, because I'm looking at one of them, and I remember that it was literal just space behind her, like stars, planets, and I was like, I don't think this is normal, guys, and I'm freaking out, and they're making fun of me because they thought I was kidding, and
But
I'm
then
like,
it's worse. It's
yeah.
And you feel weird, and you feel like everybody can see inside your soul.
Yeah. And then her skin was like changing colors, like she was turning green and then purple, and I was like, bro, something's not right.
You're like,
And
this is not.
And so I was telling her, I was like, dude, your skin is changing colors. And she goes over to her mirror in her room and she goes, no, it's not. And I was like, I don't know how I was so conscious enough to like actually make fun of how stupid she sounded. I was like, you're so fucking dumb. I don't mean literally, I mean in my head. And yeah, no, they just made fun of me the whole time. And I didn't smoke weed for a really long time after
Dude,
that.
weed from when I started to, because I'm getting old, dude. I'm 41, but like weed when I started to now, it's last time I smoked, it was wax. It was mine. I was selling it,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to smoke the shit. But my buddy's kid talked me into it, and so I did it. And I was high on heroin. I was high on meth. I was high on Xanax, and I smoked that, and all of that was gone.
Yeah.
I didn't feel any of that, and all I felt was stoned. And I stuck for 6 hours in the same chair in a crack house, like and wanted to leave, but I was like, if I leave, is it weird?
Yeah.
Is it weird to leave? You know, just like it was
Straight
not
up.
fun. Dude.
No, yeah, because I mean, I would wake and bake before getting on the fucking school bus like a weirdo.
Yeah, I used
and,
to
like,
do
you know what
that
I
too,
mean? And then I would go. But no, I started smoking wax before I went to like the whole vape pen bullshit, and then I got laced with that, so that was awesome. But straight up, like, ooh, dude.
It is so
Weed
weird.
sucks
Yeah.
now.
I
Like,
don't think my
it sucks.
Terrifying.
I don't think
Yeah.
my brain chemistry like matches up with whatever they put in there. Because like every time I've been high, because I mean I've done it a few times, not a lot like her, but like a handful of times, and every time it feels like I'm dying. Like I'm convinced that I am going to pass away.
Like you're so high, you want to call the cops.
Yeah, like I'm like
I almost fucking did. I almost fucking did one time. It was when I got laced. I legit. Oh
what do
my
you mean
God.
laced? What do you mean?
like
by that?
something
Something
was
was in the pen.
Something different.
Yeah.
Something-
So
okay.
what happened was we had a mutual friend.
This is in middle school.
Yeah. Freaking what a loser, dude. But anyway, so me and him had art class together, and I was like, hell yeah. He's like, yeah, I just got like a new pen. And I'm like, fuck yeah, let me see that shit. So I go to the bathroom, and you know, and I hit it once, and I was like, this is not right. Like I was like, and I smoked weed like every fucking day. Like I'm pretty sure I know my weed. You know what I mean? And I was like, this is not right. And then I was like, whatever, and I hit it again.
Just check, double check,
Yeah, just double check.
double tap.
And then I was like, yeah, this really is good. So I took another baby one, and I was like, I think we'll be fine now. And I came back and I gave it back to him, and like I thought I was dead straight up. Like everything was white. Like I did not recognize anybody that I was with. Like I was trying to think of something to like bring me back. You know what I mean? Like family members or something. And all I could think of was like, I don't know why they're so important to me, but like I feel nothing towards that. Like, I'm fucking scared right now. And I couldn't hear myself, which was the scariest part. Like I couldn't hear anything, and it sounded like everybody was speaking gibberish, and I was like, holy fuck! Like I was like, I need help, dude.
I like how your strategy was, if this is bad, I should probably do another one.
Yeah.
You know?
Just to make sure.
Well, because I was like, maybe I'm just like not used to like smoking a pen or something, and so yeah, I hit it 2 more times, like an awesome, smart human being, and then so it was like I was freaking out, and like I said, I can't hear myself, so I don't know my volume, and so I'm like, you need to fucking help me, like I'm freaking, and we're in the back of like art, you know. And there's a table next to us, and all these kids were looking at me, and they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you gotta help me, like, you gotta help me. And his name was Nathan, and he was like, calm down. Like, you know, he was like, calm the fuck down, yeah. And I was like, no, like, freaking out. And he was like, and then the school cop walks in, just to say hi, like, because he was really tight with the art teacher. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like,
This is it.
yeah, and I'm like, I gotta tell him this. I was like, I need to go to the hospital. And he was like, shut up, like, it's like, you're fine. And then he gave me $10 to go to the vending machine. Because he was like, I
That's
don't know.
pretty smart.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe,
Food.
he's
Go
like,
for
maybe
a walk.
bread will help. I was like, this isn't alcohol, dumbass. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, and then well, all I got was goldfish. I remember. I got goldfish, and I got like 3 fucking honey buns. And then I went to science.
Honey buns can fix a lot of things, dude.
They definitely can. And so I sat in the back of science, and I just munched the whole time. And then I went home, and I slept for 13 hours. And I woke up, and I was like, I gotta stop doing that. Like, that's not. Yeah.
So my second question was going to be who talks more shit, but I can already clearly tell it's you,
It's
right?
me, dude.
You're a bit more aggressive than
A bit.
It's cool. I like it.
No, yeah.
Dude.
Do you either of you like to read?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite
love-
book?
Favorite book? That's really, really tough.
Yeah.
Or series? Or
I don't like reading series that much because I'm like, that's a lot to just like, that's a lot. But I think probably I really like books based around like World War II and the Holocaust because there's so many details.
Does your mom read stuff like?
Yeah, my mom reads everything probably, but I think my favorite book is The Book Thief, just because the narrator is Death. Like, Death is the narrator of the whole book, and I find that so fascinating.
Rachel wanted me to read that when I started it, and I was like, I don't like this book.
I mean,
That's crazy. Do I just need to power through it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Like power through because I bought it, or she bought it for me.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I've read it like 6 times. We also had to read it in school, and yeah, no, anything that they make.
It just wasn't making sense. I was like,
Yeah,
this isn't making sense.
It's kind of confusing with the narrator being Death, because you're like, okay, wait, like, what perspective is this from? Like, how does he know all these people?
Make sense at
Oh
all?
yeah. He starts, the narrator starts focusing on one girl, because he's, like, super fascinated by her. So, the whole book just turns into, like, Liesel Meminger's, like, whole story. And it's super good. I love that book.
Okay, you convinced me. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Do it.
What's your favorite book?
Dude.
She doesn't read as much as me.
I used to read like quite a bit. I don't know. I feel like I like most genres as well. I really am into like romance and also like self-help books, which is funny because it like kind of like here's the delusion and then here's like here's like consciousness. Yeah. But anyway, a really good like romantic book. It's called Ugly Love. Whoa.
A romance book?
Yeah. But I read that book in like 2 days. That book shattered me, dude. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so insane. Like, it is so good. So they switched the perspective from, like, the boy and the girl or whatever every chapter. And it's essentially about this girl who is, like, in nursing school and she goes to live with her brother because it's by the hospital that she wants to work at. And her whole family's, like, in the Air Force. And anyway, so her brother's in the Air Force, and their next door neighbor in this like apartment complex is his friend that's in the Air Force, and basically they have like this thing, and he's like really like just like no, like I don't want anything, like whatever. But she ends up like falling in love with him, and then all of a sudden it's his perspective from like 5 or like 8 years prior, and it's really cool. It's really awesome. So that's a good one.
Ugly Love?
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Also,
What's your favorite self-help book?
Power of Now.
The Power
Oh,
of Now.
no.
Yeah.
First time I read that, I was like, fuck this dude.
I know.
Like, it like pissed me
Yeah,
off.
you're
I was
like-
I will never,
Yeah, no,
ever
he's great.
attain this.
Well,
I read it like right when I first got sober, and I was just,
Yeah.
I was just a rat.
Well, Eckhart Tolle, he puts it into such simple words where you're like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
you literally gave me the answer, and I'm pissed about it.
Yeah, well, see, my mom, when she was raising me, she read Eckhart Tolle to me. That was my bedtime story.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like we would go to sleep and
I'm
she
having a
would
daughter, and that's just the type of shit I want to do.
do it.
Like,
Absolutely, it really
Mindfulness,
helped.
like teach her like mindfulness, and
Yeah, and you know my mom was super awesome at like.
I'm buying her
Like,
monk
coming
robes
home.
instead of dresses and shit.
Yeah. No, yeah, but she was super great at like, you know, when I would come home from school, she'd be like, how did you feel throughout the day? Like, let it out, dude, you know? And she created a really awesome safe space for me to like let out my emotions, which taught me a lot of emotional maturity and like, you know, the difference between like when somebody is in touch or how like when they are angry, it really has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. And then 2 days ago, I read The 4 Agreements because I had
Great.
never gotten around to it. Yeah.
Love it.
And it's really cool because, you know, like it's just that agreement of like, if I'm doing something that you think is wrong, but I think it's right, you know, that's because the agreement that you made in your head says that what I'm doing is wrong. But in reality, there is no right or wrong. It's just all about
Yeah.
agreements, which is super awesome. But yeah, so my mom raised me on Eckhart Tolle for a little bit. So she read the whole book, The Power of Now, to me, like growing up. And then I've started it, not finished it, gotten a little further, not finished it, gotten a little bit further than that, and still haven't finished it on my own. And that's just because, I don't know, maybe I'm not ready to read it yet. You know what I'm saying?
It's a trippy book, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he like sat on a bench for like forever after he had his like awakening or whatever. He just sat on a fucking bench and like fed birds and
Yeah,
just
well,
present like doing nothing.
his story is insane.
Yeah.
Like his life is crazy. Like he grew up, he was in Germany, he went to London to like go to university, and then he tried to kill himself, right? And then that was his spiritual awakening, like this crazy thing. And then he goes on to be like this crazy spiritual teacher and like really in tune with everything in his body, and like it's insane. And like he becomes like this person, this spiritual therapist who
Yeah.
like has clients, and then he goes to the US, you know what I mean, and continues his work, and now he's like this really awesome person.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, he was like, he talks about how he's such like an average person before too. He was like, I was a boy, play video games all the time, that's all I would
Yeah.
do. And then he tried to commit suicide, and like, I think it's so crazy how that, it was just like a blink of an eye, and it was like, boom, and he's like, there's two me's, and that's how
Yeah.
the book begins, and I'm like, that's so
Yeah,
awesome how like in an instant, it just like turned his life around completely.
he's a really beautiful person.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of his videos in there.
Yeah, and he's
They're cool.
funny.
Yeah, he is
funny.
He's actually
And his laugh,
hilarious.
his laugh is the best.
Yeah.
I know. He looks like I'm not being mean, but he looks like a mole rat.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah,
And
he's kind of funny looking.
Yeah,
Funny
and he's
looking,
just
like little fragile dude.
Yeah.
he grew up in
Yeah.
grew up in Germany and then moved to London. Like,
Yeah,
what do you
London.
expect?
He knows so many languages, like all of
I
it.
know. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
And he just loves his wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't need anything.
He's like, I just need the present moment. That's it.
Yeah. He's like, that's all I have. So.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, so I started reading A New Earth by him like 2 days ago,
Yeah, or Dion has it.
and it's
It's good.
way
I
good.
need to read that too.
Yeah.
I probably
Does
should
that-
reread The Power of Now as well. Now that I'm in a bit of a better
Better
place.
spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he goes into like a lot of like that identification that we have with like our surroundings. Like, this is my candle. You know what I mean?
Our
Like,
attachments to things.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is not my candle. Like, this has its own essence. It's just in
It's
like
Kendall.
this
Yeah.
place that I live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that's just the ego. And he goes into a lot about like identification with your body, like, oh, I'm fat, or oh, I'm pretty, or you know what I mean, like that. And it's like you are not any of those things.
Yeah.
Like, you are just living, and it's super awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, do it.
How long have you been living with Sally?
Uh-huh.
And how did you end up living with Sally? Like,
So I grew up with my, everywhere, but for the most part, I lived with my grandma for like 8 years, and I love my grandma to death. But it was time for me to move on, like big time. There was a lot of like, you know, a little bit of toxicity and a lot of passive aggressiveness that I know from my, you know, from being raised by a mom who was super intelligent, that wasn't fitting me. That's not how I want to live. And so,
what happened with Mom?
so she's alive. First of all, she's just still in active addiction.
Yeah.
So's mine.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't talk to her much. But anyway, so me and my grandma we just didn't have an awesome thing going on, or something that I felt wasn't benefiting me. And so I was like, is it crazy if I like move in, or like, can I do that? Like, you know, I
Well,
was like, I don't know.
she asked me, and then I like walked into my parents' room, and I was like, hey, so Taylor needs somewhere to live, and they were like, yup, and I was like, all right, and I
Yeah.
texted her, and I was like, so they said yeah.
Yeah, and so I packed up everything in like a day or two, and I moved in, and I lived with her for like a little over a year. That was like the year after she
It was
graduated.
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, it wasn't.
It was the end of 2023, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So it was the end of 2023. Lived with her for a year. It was awesome. Me and Jen got super close. Me and Jared got super tight. I remember one time, Savannah, I don't know where you were, but you were gone
Yeah.
for like a week or something like that.
It was in my Wyoming.
Oh, right.
Mm.
And anyway, dude, it was a blast. Like, me and Jen really got to know each other, and I was like, this is like, you're my people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is something that I had never experienced with like the way that my family was. Like, it was like, this is your family, like, ride or die for them, but it was like, it's not my people though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not feeling the connectedness that I feel like I need in order to like continue to live this awesome, beautiful life that I have. But with their family and everything, and with Savannah too, I just got, you know, overloaded with all of this support and like love and not conditional and everything, and it was really hard. Like Savannah can vouch for me, like I was having a really hard time with that transition. Like I would always be super scared that everybody was mad at me. You know what I mean? I always closed my doors.
I get that for sure.
I always had my door closed. And I admitted, like, after I had moved out, because I moved out a little bit for like 6 months and then I moved back in. But
Yeah.
I had
Did you
admitted,
feel like they probably wanted you to move out?
no,
Was that a
I,
feeling you ever had?
no, it felt like
No,
yeah.
not like from what they showed you, but what you thought in your head.
Yeah,
Like,
in
did
my
you
head,
feel
I
like
felt like I was a nuisance. I
Yeah.
felt like I shouldn't be
Okay.
there. Yeah. But yeah, as to why I moved out because I felt like I had a place to go back to if anything were to go wrong. So I lived on like student housing for like 6 months, and then I live in a bus now. But
Yeah.
anyways,
that's pretty dope.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. But yeah, I wasn't used to having all of this support and everything, and like I said, I had admitted to Savannah that like I thought that they were listening to all my conversations. I thought that they were judging me on the music I was listening to, like, you know, all these different things, and that's why I kept my door closed, because I was so used to like having to fight for my privacy and not being like, hey, I want some time alone, and then being okay with it. So that was also the biggest thing. And then I moved back in, and I live in a bus that I'm gonna say our family friend,
Yeah.
like, you know, provided, and yeah, he's great, and it was awesome, and so now I live in the bus.
Yeah.
We renovated it, like we painted
Oh my
everything
gosh, yeah.
inside, and like
Mm-hmm.
the table and Taylor's drums and like really cool shit with like paint markers. Because
Mm-hmm.
he was like, he brought it down and he goes, I do not care what you do with it.
Mhm.
He was like, the one thing is that you cannot get rid of this Buddha little thing.
And you can't paint the ceiling, because the
Yeah.
ceiling is the sky. And then,
And it's like black light, so they have like black lights and it like shows little stars and
everything.
stuff.
Yeah, and then I painted this really huge leopard gecko on like where the bedroom is, like bedroom, where
in
the
the
bed
bed.
is. And I sent it to Coco, and I was like, check it out, like this is what I'm doing with it. And he's like, dude, you can fucking paint that ceiling. And he was like, you can do whatever
He's
you
like,
want.
do whatever you want. We also Emma Moore also helped us tile like the kitchen counter.
Yeah,
And it's
it's a
like
mosaic.
Cool.
with like stained glass. And
Emma's
it's so
super
beautiful.
talented.
I know. I'm like, oh, I hate you.
That's cool, and I can when I got out, and I was living with my cousin,
Mhm.
I was like, they don't want me here, and I ended up living there for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And when I left, he was like, you were the greatest roommate I've ever. You know,
Yeah.
he always told me that, but I always still felt like, I was like, no, they don't want me here.
Tricking me, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Savvy, do you remember when your mom was using?
So I really don't know. Like
That's good.
me and my mom have this conversation all the time, and same with me and my dad. Like, I don't know why, but everything from like my childhood is just like not. It's either not there in my brain or it's incorrect. Like my child imagination just made up some bullshit, and I've been sticking with it. But I really don't remember a lot of my mom in my childhood, which kind of sucks, but it's probably also a good thing too, because she was using a lot. I just remember my dad. Like, I remember my dad being there. I remember like all the people helping my dad being there. But like, I really just remember my mom like maybe 3 times, but she was there the whole time, which is crazy because like I've always grown up telling people like, oh yeah, like my mom was never there. And then I become an adult and we actually sit down and talk about it, and my dad's like, your mom was there the entire time, except for when she went to jail. And I was like, what? Like, I really don't remember, because like my older sister, she's 4 years older than me. She has a different mom, but with the same dad. She remembers a lot. Like, she's like, do you remember the time like
Who's this?
this?
Sorry, I just
My half sister. So we have the same dad, but a different mom. She's like, do you remember like this, and this? Like when your mom was using it? I'm like, no. I'm like, you were there? And she's like, you were there. And I'm like, I don't remember that.
I mean, sometimes our mind's just protected.
Yeah, for sure. And like my dad's always telling me like, your mom was a good mom. Like when she was around, she was high. But like, I'm like, I don't remember it. Like, I really don't.
I was at your house a few times, and I don't remember seeing you there.
Yeah. Was I just?
But I was there
gone?
late. I was there like late.
Yeah.
Jared was like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah. No,
You know, he was basically like, he was
Yeah.
nice enough. Like,
Yeah.
I fully expected him to be like, "Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So he was much nicer than I expected him to be.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, they're shooting heroin in the bathroom
Yeah.
with some random chick, and like,
Yeah.
you know, like it was.
He does not have a bad bone in his body. Like,
He's super nice.
he-
Your parents are both.
yeah,
super
they're
nice.
great. But no, I just remember like a few like bad things here and there. Like I remember one time she surprised me, and that was really cool because I had a dream about it the night before, like full detail, and then the next day it happened, and
Isn't that cool?
I was like, but like just have a few like bad memories which I probably don't even remember correctly. Like I remember pulling up to someone's house so she could get drugs, and like I remember freaking out, and then I slept in the car with my dog, and then my dog got sick, so I had like his bodily fluids all over me.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't like remember anything. Just a few like bad things here and there. I remember everything that I was doing, like when I was with babysitters and stuff, because like me and my dad were in Wyoming, and I remember like all my babysitters there, and they were all teens, and I don't know why, but they would like sneak out in the middle of the night, and they were babysitting me, and I'd be asleep, and they'd wake me up, and they'd be like, "My friends are here, we're gonna go sneak out," and I'm like 6, and I'm like, why do I have to go? Like, you just woke me up. But some fun memories. Like, I remember going to, like, abandoned hotels, going to the train tracks in the middle of the night, and it was lit. But, but yeah, I don't remember a lot. Like, I remember when she came back, and when she was, like, in the halfway house, and, like, I think she was still kind of using, and, like, that's
Was
when...
she doing sober living or something?
Yeah. She was in the Oxford house when it was still there. I don't think it's there anymore, but... She was there, and I visited for a weekend, and I remember my dad coming, and that's when like he broke, when he was like, "All right, I have had enough." And I remember them arguing, and he's like, "If you don't ever get clean, like you will never ever see your daughter again." And she was like, "I'm gonna get clean," and that's how the whole like when pigs can fly thing happened. Because in that moment, he was like, "You'll get clean when pigs can fly." Boom. That bitch got clean.
Yeah.
That bitch got clean fast.
Dude, people that shot heroin and did meth like that, it's truly a miracle that she's clean, because so many people cannot
Yeah.
do it, dude. Like, that's our way of escaping this world, and it's effective, and it works really well, and it's so hard
Yeah.
to think you can even live life after, especially after you just fucked up everything. Like, your whole life's just been fucked, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be a normal person. I never thought, like, I would have, like, a house or, like,
Yeah.
do anything cool like this. You know, I'm a miracle as well. Like, it's crazy. And I'm just really glad she stayed.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, it's
And it was a struggle for me. Like, I don't really remember this either, but like when she first got clean, like she would wake up and I'd be standing there staring at her, like in her sleep, and she'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like,
you hear her say that.
"Yeah." I'd be like, "I'm making sure you're not leaving again."
I think she's
Yeah,
told me that.
and so I would just like watch her and like freak out and like but I'm very grateful that she's here now, and like it's me and Taylor too, because Taylor's probably experienced a lot worse than me with like her family, but we tell people all the time, like when we go to family group and all these people are like just barely beginning their recovery, we tell them like, we don't care that you've used, like all we care about is that you're here now.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't judge people. Like when we see them on the street, a lot of people are like, "Oh, they're fucked up on drugs. It's so disgusting and horrible."
It's like, well, yeah, they are.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
me and Taylor always
course.
like, we hope
Like,
that they get better. Like,
it's sad, and like, you know what I mean. We're like, get better.
yeah,
Your
'cause-
mom is really good about that too. Like,
Mhm.
when people are struggling or something, she doesn't give up on them.
yeah,
Your mom, literally, I was in trouble. Like, I was in. I was supposed to put into drug court. Fuck, I've been clearing my throat this whole episode. That's what I'm gonna call it. What? Listen to her own clear throat.
just clips of you coughing.
I had a first-degree felony of 5 to life, 6 distributions, a robbery, a burglary of a dwelling, and I assaulted the dude. And I was supposed to plead into drug court. I told them, I wrote a letter or email saying I worked at a rehab and that Tyrone was now there, and then I got the charge. So anyways, they kicked me out of drug court, and somehow your mom got me back into drug court, dude, and it saved my life, or I would be in prison.
Yeah,
And once people go to prison, they usually don't, like,
Yeah.
so she truly, truly saved my life, dude, and I am forever grateful for that.
yeah, she fights hard, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, she helps a lot of people. Like, and like not even people that are clients or like anything, just like friends and like meeting everybody and having everybody say like your mom has helped me a lot. I'm like that is my mother.
Yeah.
Like that is my mom.
She's huge around here, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
I asked somebody yesterday too. I recognized someone on the street and I was like, "Do you know my mom?" And they were like, "What?" And they didn't. But it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
Because I have people come up to me all the time and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're Savannah," and I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" And they're like, "I know your mom," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Dude, she's a legend.
Yeah,
She is.
Dan Jones.
Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna ask, but you don't really remember a lot of it, so how would you? I'll start with Taylor. How would you say your tough times have like molded you?
I feel like it's taught me a lot about not judging others,
Yeah.
including myself. And what I mean by that is like throughout all of the judgment and everything that I feel like I was raised around, I feel like it taught me I was in a state for a lot of years of like, you know, being a teenager and stuff like that where I was not doing okay mentally. I didn't have, you know, outlets or anything like that. And I heavily judged myself for it. And there was a couple of points where, especially growing up, where I had blamed myself for my parents' drug use even. You know what I mean? Because I didn't understand. Like, I was just a kid. And I feel like after so much death and so much loss that I've experienced, I feel like it's definitely taught me that I'm in control of my life. And I'm responsible for my actions. And that also means that I am responsible if my life is happy or bad. You know what I mean? Like, to put it plainly. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that it's a good one. Because that's what I deserve. I deserve to have a good life.
Sure.
You know? And like, growing up, I do remember everything. Like, I remember all of the
I
bad.
do too.
Yeah, I remember every single bad event. That's how my brain processed it. And so there's only a handful of things that I remember that are good, which is really hard to go off of, you know, like going into the world, like growing up, like becoming an adult, you know what I'm saying? Because you really have like hardly little to no sense of what would feel good if you did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna get a car and like I have to pay insurance. Instead it's, holy shit, I have to have a car and I have to pay insurance and I don't know what I'm doing. Instead of it being this exciting thing, you know what I mean? It's like this terrible responsibility that like I could lose. And so kind of like learning that there's a difference and learning that there are good life stressors and there are bad life stressors has helped immensely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was awesome.
Thanks. But yeah, that's like, it's really awesome. Because like, I grew up in a very like fear-based household. Even before my mom was using, there was a lot of fear. And I don't think that, you know, like my mom was doing her best. You know what I mean?
How old
Like,
was she when she had you?
16. Yeah,
My
so,
mom was 17 when she got pregnant.
yeah.
16 is, that's even wilder.
Yeah, so,
That's crazy.
my
So
mom,
she had you when she was 16?
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah, so she was doing her best, right?
Yeah.
Like, with what she
Just
did.
a kid. Just a
Yeah.
baby.
So she ran away with me when I was like 1 or so, and we grew up north, so she did her best to raise me. But the way that my mom grew up as well was extremely fear-based. I love my grandma to death, but she has a lot of mental illnesses that can't really make her be an awesome mom. You know what I mean? And so, after starting therapy last year and stuff like that, I've really dove myself into like exposure therapy with little things. Like, I have been terrified of planes my entire life. Absolutely petrified because my mom was scared of planes and she told me to be scared of them. And then the beginning of this year I managed to get on a flight, which was really scary, but I did it, you know what I mean? And yeah, so learning the difference between good life stressors and bad life stressors has absolutely changed my life.
That's awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mhm. What was the question?
How have the tough times like molded you or changed you?
I don't really know. I don't remember a lot, but I remember like I just had my dad, and like that man was struggling because I wasn't a great kid either. Like at home, I was like a brat. I was a brat, and I was crazy.
You have a
But
daughter on the way, so don't say that. Just say you're an
Okay.
angel and that's all you are.
I was. I'm not even kidding.
yeah, no, I don't know what was going on with me, but my dad is like, this is the best way to put it. My dad's like a diluted Eckhart Tolle. He really
No,
is.
he's like the Eckhart Tolle that like still smokes weed and gets
Yeah.
drunk every day. Like,
But no, he always, I don't know what compelled him to do so, but he always like drilled into my head like, be kind, like be nice to other people, help other people, like this is what you have to do. And he's like, if you don't, then like he would like threaten me. and so like I grew up being like, all right, I need to be a good person, I need to help everybody, and like I don't know what it was. Is it Gagger? But ever since like I can remember, I've been collecting people that like are the same as me, like even without knowing. Like some of my first like true friends, their parents were addicts, or like their parents were struggling,
Yeah.
or like I don't know, Taylor and me just magically happened, and then
Yeah.
like one day she's like, oh yeah, like my parents were on drugs, and I was like, what?
yeah.
But that's how it
This
was.
is like,
Yeah.
dude.
But no, a lot of my friends, like my first like best friend from school, like both her parents were doing pills and like were like had domestic violence things going on, and then my other friend, her mom was like an alcoholic who would like drink hand sanitizer in the back of grocery stores and like all those things, and it's just like kept going from there, and I just keep collecting people that have like issues like that, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel
You're
like
just
I'm
meant to be around.
a good outlet for people,
Yeah.
because I'm like, tell you who mom needs help, like tell me. Like my mom even tried to help Taylor's mom get into like detox and stuff, and like she obviously didn't want to. Yeah, they have to. Me and Taylor are also aware that like
Yeah.
they're gonna get clean when like they want
Yeah.
to
Yeah, 'cause,
make
like,
the change.
Yeah,
But
because my dad started.
oh my
doing
gosh, her
drugs.
dad was bad. Her
I love
dad
my
was
dad.
bad.
My dad is
He's the
great.
greatest.
But anyway, so he started using and selling drugs when he was 9 years old.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he has 7 brothers. So my grandma had 8 boys, and he was the black sheep. And anyway, so he ran away, started, you know, getting in gangs and all that bullshit. And anyway, he, like, the one thing I appreciate from my dad is that he never lied. Like, he broke a promise twice my entire life, and my dad wasn't present. You know what I mean? Like, for most of it. Like, he was high. And anyway, when I was, like, 13, 14, he went to jail for, like, 2 years. And he was like, when I get out, like, I'm gonna get sober, like, for you.
Who's your dad?
Oh my gosh, he was like one of the biggest like dealers around. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure my mom would buy from him,
They had the
and
same PO, which is
they had
funny.
the same PO, which is crazy. That makes me even more connected because that PO
He
sucked.
and he
But
was mostly up north, so he's never really down here. But his name was Callan.
Callan Cox, but he's banned from Washington County
I
now.
think I know your dad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Everybody does.
he's awesome.
He is awesome.
He's got a deep voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Short,
I know your dad well.
short, bald.
Super well.
that's my dad.
I love your dad.
Yeah,
He's
that's great.
fucking awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, he has my name tattooed right here.
Taylor.
But anyways, yeah, so
All these things are popping in my head.
that's my dad. And
I think the third time I got stoned with your dad. And we were huffing Glade too.
yeah, 100%. No, yeah, my dad did a lot of shit. He used to like shoot up bleach and stuff. He was fucking
Ew.
weird, but
He
anyway.
shot it.
So, yeah, when I was like 13, he goes to jail and he's like, I'm gonna get sober. And I was like, cool, like I'll believe it when I see it, you know what I mean? And he gets out and he got picked up by his drug dealer. You know what I mean? By like
Yeah.
one of his homies. And I was like, okay, bet. And then like not even 3 months later, he's back in jail for like another 9 months. And I didn't talk to him for the first few months because I was like, fuck you. Like, you lied to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And mind you, like, I love the shit out of my parents. Like, I always have. But I was like, nah, I don't take that. Like, no, thank you. And he called me, and I finally decided to answer. And, like, he just had this, like, revelation, I guess. And he was, like, crying, which was so crazy. But he was like, I can't get sober for you. He's like, I have to get sober for me. And I was like, yeah. I know. You know, I was like, you have to get sober for you so that I can enjoy you. You know what I mean? I was like, I love you no matter what. I was like, but I am also not enjoying you being on drugs. You know? I was like, because this is about you. Like, this is your journey. And so he was in jail and he got out. And I told him to, and he was like, well, because he was like, forgive me. And I was like, no. I was like, I am not going to forgive you until I see your ass out of rehab and having a job. I was like, I'm not going to hand out my forgiveness. I was like, it doesn't matter that you're my dad. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to that. And that's a big part of me that realized that my family just does that. Like, they're very like, well, since you're family, like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and so he got out and he's been sober for 8-9 years now.
And he,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's kicking ass.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
he stuffed his nails too. He didn't do detox,
No.
anything.
He
Like,
just-
he just got out and
Yeah,
was like, all right.
he got out of jail. He didn't go to rehab or nothing like that. Like, he just got out and he's like, I'm clean.
Done?
Yeah.
He was like, I'm done.
Which
And
is
mind you,
so
like,
crazy.
he had been doing, he was high for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got a job working construction. Now he owns his own construction business.
You'd have more clean time than me.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
he's got like
8
he's-
years this year.
Yeah, something like that. And he's
Yeah.
got like a wife, and she's great. And like
Dude, they
he's
have
now.
three dogs that are crazy.
But yeah, they're
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, I
But-
love Kellen. Like, when I first met him, I was like, oh, because he's short, bald, and buff.
Yeah,
Like, I was like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, tatted up.
Tatted up. I was like, I'm pretty sure he was shirtless the first time I met him too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
I know, well, because like this whole chest is like this,
Chest
just this
memorial.
memorial piece of like, you know, all of our uncles that have passed away.
But yeah, no, I remember I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, hi. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
He's so
Yeah,
sweet.
he's funny, dude.
I love talking
He's
to
a good
him.
dude.
He's so
hilarious.
I love the shit out of
Like,
him.
when she calls him, like, I'll sit on the phone too. And like, they always love having me up there. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
He does.
I love
He's
Kellen.
a genuine person. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is. Yeah.
One down.
I love
Which
that.
is like, well, like my dad is a 10-time felon, right? Like he's got a lot of charges that are like millions of dollars to like try and get off of his record. My mom has been to jail twice, and she has been using drugs since I was 6. Like she had partied before, like when I was younger, like using and stuff like that, and but it wasn't ever like hey, I don't have my mom. And then when I was like 6 or 7, we moved to like this really, really ghetto part of like up north. Scary shit, dude. Like, what was that?
She flies under the radar really well.
Yeah, and
I needed some of that in my life when I was using it.
and anyway,
I
so
mean, everybody.
yeah, and that was really tough. That's like my mom had overdosed. I found her. It was just like this whole thing. But yeah, so when I was like 11, my mom got pregnant with my little sister, and oh my gosh, I was so scared. I was so scared for her, like for my mom and for Abby, because everything inside of me was like, I really don't want this child to have the same life that I did, because it was like I struggled immensely with like severe PTSD, I have OCD, you know what I mean, like all
Yeah.
these different things, and I was like, please God, like don't let this happen to my baby.
That's what I've always worried about that with like having a child.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Because I have bipolar and I get severely depressed. It's all,
Yeah.
I got it all worked out now, but it took forever.
Well, that's the thing too, is like when somebody is suffering from mental illness or whatever you want to call it with their mental health and they don't have outlets, that's when it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? Because we are born into this day and age for a reason. You know, like we do have outlets. We have therapy that's easily accessible.
Yeah.
We have, you know, like medications or different things, like a bunch of different types of therapy too. You know what I mean? That are there to help us. And it's like, it took me so long to realize that I can take advantage of that it's there for me. You know what I mean?
Well, and your grandma too, like, fought against it. Like, she was always like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for that. You don't need that. Like,
Well, it was more so of like, if you talk about anything,
they're going to call the
they're
cops.
gonna call the cops and you're gonna be gone. You're not gonna see anybody you love ever again. So she drilled that into my head. So I was terrified.
And
and
she
then-
also didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah. And well, because my grandma's addicted to opiates and like pills. So,
My great grandma was a morphine, or my great grandpa was a doctor, and
Yeah.
she was still morphine.
Ooh,
She was morphine.
yeah.
Morphine was the goods back in the. Now morphine's like Tylenol.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah, but
Back then, that was the goods.
mhm. And so, yeah, it was a whole lot of.
That's another thing my mom helps with too. Like, my mom got us both into therapy and like with a psychiatrist, and like now we're getting a lot of help that we could have used earlier on, but we have it now.
Well, the madness is that we
Yeah,
have.
and it's great.
That's cool.
My therapist is like me in like 30 years, and I'm like, I love you.
Yeah, and my therapist is so sweet. Like, I'm like right now I'm trying to work on like actually like choosing me and like taking care of myself and doing things that I need. And I told my therapist, I was like, when I do this thing, like you gotta tell me, like I was like, be straight up. Like if you want to yell. Like just keep it real. And she was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like she's so soft spoken, and she's like, I'm just gonna be like, Tina, don't. Like she's so awesome. I love her to
Do
death.
that.
Yeah. She's a sweetheart. I love my therapist.
What do you girls want to do? You're done with school, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your dream? What?
My dream is to just like rent, like somehow have a lot of money
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not have to work for it and just travel. Like
So
all
I hope this podcast just blows.
I know, right? Like,
You know, that I'm
Yeah.
just talking to people for a living instead of work.
what percentage of this do I get?
If this is the one, you get a ton.
I honestly am extremely passionate and excited about my life. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I am not worried about it, dude.
That's cool.
Like, there's not one part of me that's like, holy shit, I gotta get it together like right now. I'm not worried. I want to travel like insane in my 20s. You know what I mean? Like that is what I want to do. Like we've already been to so many cool places already, and I want to continue that like for a long time, and then magically make some money, and then like and what I do, which is super awesome. I'm recommending this for everybody watching it and for you too. If you're ever struggling, like straight up, having a rough.
struggling?
Are you struggling? Like having like a rough time, you know what I mean? Like, damn, today sucks, or like, fuck, I can't get out of this set that I'm in, this mindset I'm in. I started thinking about my dream house. I'm not even kidding. And like, I'm just going in this state, like, because you have so much creative freedom. You know what I mean? Like, what? You can do whatever you want in there. And like, okay, the living room's gonna look like this. I'm gonna paint this on the wall. Or I want like the outside to look like this. This is what I want my backyard to look like. Because there's so many details. And and it just lifts you up. It, it's making you use all that brain power.
Visualization.
Yeah.
I got it out. That was tough.
Forgiven.
It's huge.
Oh,
Massive. And so, yeah, I started doing that, and dude, it's because like when you have anxiety or your mind is racing, like you're using so much of your energy and your power to produce all of these negative thoughts. So it's like, why not use all of that same energy to create something beautiful, or like this imaginary home that is 100% gonna happen.
Yeah.
100%. You know
It
what I
will,
mean?
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're just, I feel like in this life, if you're a good person and you do kind of things, obviously you're gonna go through hard times as
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of life. But like, I swear to God, I fucked my first 34 years of my life. I did nothing
Yeah.
but sell drugs and cause problems in this town. And I've been clean for almost 7 years, and I got a home and I have a car.
Yeah.
I gotta give my niece. I gave my niece the extra car I had. She's turning
Yeah.
16.
Nice.
Like I could use that money now, but
Yeah.
but I swear to you, I haven't even tried. Like I haven't even like tried for the like. I haven't been like, oh, I gotta grind.
Grind.
Like,
Yeah.
Just,
I haven't
yeah.
even been. I'm fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Like I get 38 hours that week for a check. You know what I mean? At max.
Well, you deserve it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's the bottom line, is like, you deserve that. You deserve to be able to fucking relax. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, there is no, like, you shouldn't be like, holy shit. Like, like, you deserve this home. You deserve to have a car, So
Yeah.
it's like, flourish, enjoy it. Fuck it. Part-time job, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying though. That these things will happen for you too. Like you want to
Mhm.
travel, if that's what you want to do.
yeah.
And like you're a good person in this world, like these things will happen for you, for both of you, whatever. And it's cool to not even know what you want to do. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're doing better than I was, because me and my friend had the best weed dealer in fucking like in this town has ever seen. And
Yeah.
so my teachers were like, "You're gonna go to prison." I was like, "I'm gonna come back and buy this school, and I'm gonna fucking fire you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be rich from selling weed, dude."
Yeah.
That was my whole. I was like, "That's what I'm doing forever."
Yeah.
This is my career path.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out very well,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. But
It's illegal. So.
Oh, it's so funny.
yeah, that was it. She asked me to come back and speak at that school. I got kicked out of that school, and I got to go back there and speak.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's actually
That
really
was
awesome.
one of the coolest moments ever. I was like, just so you know, I never graduated here. I
Yeah.
got kicked out, but I'm doing good now.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about it.
Last question, I didn't write it down, but like if there's any kids like struggling with parents that are using, or what would you say to them?
It's okay. It's okay to struggle.
Reach out.
And it is, like, yeah, reach out, serious.
Reach
And
out.
also, like, if you've been conditioned to think that it's not okay to feel your emotions or to feel like you can't have an outlet and to just tough it through, that is technically incorrect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything is there to help you for a reason, and there's not some like secret fucking service that's gonna come and like take you from your home and like when you're a grown ass adult either. You know what I mean? Like, you're okay to talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you don't want to go to a therapist because you feel like that's too much exposure for your vulnerability, then find good people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between good people and nice people, massively. You know what I mean? So it's like, find the good people. And also, if you're like, I'm not ready, something I saw the other day, which is being ready is not a feeling. It is a decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I am like so depressed and I can't even survive because like all of my family are on drugs and half of them are dead and I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I'm not ever going to feel ready to do anything. It is my choice to be ready
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's pushing yourself.
Dude, we're never
Like,
almost never ready.
Yeah.
You just gotta. It's like going to the gym every day. I'm not ready to go.
Yeah.
But I gotta just go.
Just
You
go.
know, you don't wait
You're
to be
making
motivated.
decisions.
Motivation sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
It comes and goes, and it's
Motivation
unreliable.
comes from the decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely. Like, you're never ever alone. 100%.
I would just say, like, what we said earlier, like, you kind of also just need to, like, come into acceptance that, like, the people you love won't get clean until they want to get clean
Yeah.
for themselves. And if they try to make it for you or for someone specifically, it's never going to work.
Yeah, and also simultaneously, while they go and do their thing, do your thing.
Your thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, occupying your life and your emotions with somebody that you love and the decisions that they're making that's heartbreaking, you're not living. That is not living. It is okay to be worried and it's okay to be scared and nervous and, like, you know, sometimes be debilitated by the fact that they're using. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you are only in control of you, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What do you want? You know? Because it's like, I feel like, especially with the way we grew up a little bit, it was always like, this is so hard to get. Traveling is so hard to do. It's so much money and all this stuff. It's not.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
Credit
really
cards,
not.
dude.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's
you
like,
don't.
dude, like what we did when we first started is we would rent an Airbnb like months in advance, save all our money, like for that trip, and even if we didn't have any money, dude,
You just go.
we would just go anyway, and we would just like walk. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like, it is never as hard as you think it is for yourself.
It's true.
That's like the main thing.
Dude, I'm only interviewing younger people from now on. Like, this is just straight knowledge. All us older people think we know shit. We don't.
You don't.
You know, we don't know shit.
And guess what? We don't know shit either.
No, this
To
was
be fair.
incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed doing this with both of you. I'm
Yeah.
glad your mom brought this up.
Yeah.
Well, you brought it up, right?
She did the podcast with you, and I was like, why am I not on the podcast?
Well, then Nicole did it.
yeah,
And
then
I
we're
was like, she was like, go watch it. And I was like, I want to be on it. Like, what the fuck? I do. Yeah.
oh, I love Nicole.
No, I love you both, and this is awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
I'm really proud of both of you. You're wonderful people.
Thank you.
So are you.
Great at talking shit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great talking to
Great
you.
at talking shit. She's for sure great
Oh
at
no,
it.
she knows how to get there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just a love language. Dude.
Yeah,
It really
That's
is.
some of our love language. I was gonna ask. That was one of my questions, but because I didn't notice you guys talking shit really so much the first time you came over.
Yeah.
But I instantly you're doing it today. And
Yeah.
so I was gonna be like, ooh, talk more shit. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys answered that question before I even.
Dude, it's because you are home. It's because I love you so much. I love you so much that it's like I never think of
We
you.
just have to bug each other.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, it's a month. If we don't, I'm like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, are you
Like,
okay?
You haven't heard it? Or...
Yeah, my buddy acted like he's mad I farted in the shoe, but if I didn't do it, he was
Yeah.
like let down, you know?
100% like Tyrone. You know, like
Ow!
we do that all the time, and it's like,
When you were looking, I stuck my finger in her ear.
yeah, it's the best thing. Oh, because well, Jen will go like this.
Trying to get her
Try to get
glasses.
my glasses.
You guys ever bibble each other? You know what the bibble is?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
No, but we go like this. Where we grab each other's double
What's
chin.
that called?
I don't know, but it sucks. I hate
You're
it.
my bitch.
I
That's what
hate
it
it.
is.
I hate it. I hate when she does it because she'll do it when I'm walking and I'm like, stop touching me.
So
I asked Jen yesterday, I was like, is there anything, I don't want to like offend Taylor or like, and she's like, she'll probably offend you.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect, dude. Okay, this is
100%.
going to be great.
No, yeah, I think I'm like the most raw version of myself all the time. Like, fucking, you ask me anything, I'll be honest with you.
That's awesome. Last question, did you have fun?
So much fun.
This is fun.
This
It was fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for watching. They killed it. This is great.
Yeah.
I thought it was a real punch. I was like, oh yeah. That one might go viral. A
Right?
real punch. Boom.
Taylor knocks out Savannah on the podcast.
After we just disposed
Dude,
of
I'd pay
our
you guys so
feelings.
much money if you were willing to do it.
Dude,
No, just
oh my
kidding.
God.
Just kidding. But thank you for watching. Like, follow, subscribe. Stay lit, dude. That's
Stay
it.
lit.
Yeah.